Hi everyone. This is something I don't understand. Having family in law enforcement and military and in the federal government, this kind of shocks me a little bit. And I mean all branches of the military, so it's not just any favoritism that this even happened at all. I mean, this should never have happened. And I can't explain it. Maybe you should. Okay, you did a Christmas cruise. It's in December. You're having a good time. You're relaxing. You're about to get off the ship. It's Christmas Eve. You're like, okay, I've had my Christmas present to myself. Now I'm going to go home and spend that time with my family, right? Right. Okay. While she's walking off the ship, she's like, I got to get to my car, do my thing. And the county sheriffs come up and approach her. That's right. They came up and approached her and says that they were going to arrest her. Yeah, I know. Telling her that they have a warrant for her arrest in Howard Town, some county. I have to double check that. Don't go anywhere. Harris County. There was a warrant out for her in Harris County. Okay, there must be some mistake. She says, I don't understand. There has to be a mistake. It's for child endangerment. And she's like, there has to be a mistake. Her children are grown and have moved on with their life. So she has no small children, everybody. But they're persistent that this is her and they have a warrant for her arrest and they're going to arrest her. Okay, you're trying to tell them, hey, that you got the wrong person. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody wants to listen to you. In their eyes, they have the right person. And they just don't care. They have those blinders on. And they just don't care. They proceeded to put her in a car and take her to jail. Her name is Jennifer Keith Box. I hope I'm saying this right. Because I feel for this lady. She was wrongly arrested, and we're going to tell you why. Okay, she spent 3 nights in jail now. This is humane. I just can't think what I want to say. It might not be allowed. But she spent 3 nights in jail. People trying to figure out why she was arrested. Didn't understand why she was arrested. She has no small children. There was just no way this was possible. Now, her brother stepped in, who's a police officer, and was trying to figure this out, trying to help her and to understand how she got arrested when he couldn't find any charges or warrants out for her. So who made this big mistake? Okay, the sheriff or the sheriff's deputy, whatever he's called, he wouldn't have any part of it. He was right, everybody else was wrong. But there was red flags. One was she didn't have any small children. 2 is he ran her license and there was no warrants out for her. 3 is the 2 people look nothing alike. Their skin color is totally different. Different color eyes, different color hair, and 20 to 22 years difference in age. Now, other counties and other officers were telling him, look, this is not the right person. This is not who you think she is. She's committed no crime. You have the wrong person. He had none of that. Nope. He was firm in his decision. He had the right person, and he was not letting her out. Let's just say, no, I'm right, you're wrong. Okay, the booking officer ran the driver's license as well, from what I was told. And he told them, like, there's no warrants for her. There's nothing here for her. There should be, when you run that license, it will tell you everything there is to know about you. Okay? And I think he also noticed there was something wrong with the name. Now, they believe they had this 26-year-old woman, but she's a 48-year-old woman. And no, she does look pretty good for 48. I wish I did. That's a big compliment that they can look at her and swear she was a 20-something-year-old woman. But she wasn't. She wasn't. And once again, some people just don't like to be proven wrong. Okay, now, this is the clincher. Besides totally looking opposite and the wrong age, the woman they're looking for had 5 young children. Now, Miss Brock, she had 3 grown children. Okay, so here we go again. But of course, nobody does anything. Nobody listens. People speak up. Somebody's got to answer for this big mistake. This is not a little mistake or a misunderstanding. This is a big mistake. What really got me was the name didn't match on the warrant. Okay, the address didn't match on the warrant. Nothing matched on the warrant. So I want to know if this deputy sheriff, what problem did he have? Could he not spell? Because you got a nice short little name and you got a huge name that I can't pronounce and I'm not gonna try. But what is wrong with this? He just like she looks good, let's take her. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so they called Howard County, and they asked for the copy of her fingerprints that's on file so they can prove this lady is who the sheriff says she is. Well, they said, we don't have any fingerprints on her because she's never been arrested. Ever. Isn't that amazing? Ever. But still, she spent 3 days in jail. This, I do not understand. Then they send a message. And they said, 5 hours later, saying you need to release her. Now, they're saying that someone put the wrong picture on the warrant. I don't know how you can do that. How you put the wrong picture on the warrant when she's never been arrested? That don't make any sense. And she has family in law enforcement. So that doesn't make any sense. So basically, she walks off the ship on Christmas Eve. She spends 3 days in jail. So she didn't even get to be with her family for Christmas because of this officer who was a total ass. Okay, from not my experience, but my brother told me when I told him about this story he said jails have no heat. They're freezing cold. They're the most uncomfortable and the most disrespectful thing to you. And evidently there were male prisoners that were trying to get in her cell, trying to get to her. This is just wrong. I feel my pain goes out for this woman. But that sheriff's department, everyone that did not speak up and say you got the wrong person or tried to make a phone call, I don't care if he said this doesn't add up, that's not the right person, doesn't look the same. You should have made some calls way in advance and say she should never made it in the jail cell. Period. She should never. They could have walked up to her and say, hey, you fit the description, which she did not. Total opposite. And we need to ask you some questions. As soon as she pulled out her ID and he ran it, done. She should have been able to go home, spend Christmas with her family, just have a wonderful holiday. And it just didn't happen. All right, there's a small update. She is suing the deputy sheriff. Paredes is his name. It's open right now. The lawsuit's taking place. It's in process. So there's going to be more to come about this story. But what really gets me is that's a fear that nobody wants. They're going on a vacation. She's going with friends, family. Kids are grown. She's just, and then she's going to come home and spend her holiday with her family. That man, Perez, or whatever his name is, should lose his job. And I know that they might have spoke up and said, hey, this doesn't look right. Hey, there's no this. They should have never gone that far. Even though if there was a picture on that warrant, I don't understand how that could be, okay? I don't understand how that can be, how they can take someone else's picture with a totally different name. Now, the first name is very similar. Last name is not any near each other. So I don't know how they got her picture, who never committed a crime, and put on this warrant of this woman who's done a few little misdemeanors. But child neglect? Come on. part two. I know I was talking when I got caught off. I just wanted to make sure we all understand there's a part two. Part two is this sheriff's being sued. Is the whole department being sued? And why did it take 3 days to release her? 5 hours for someone to say, let her go? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they were trying to figure out what to do. Because this woman's going to sue them. They're going to lose their jobs. They should lose their jobs. They're scared. So they don't know, what are we going to do? We have to release her. And family knows where she is. And they're police officers. We can't screw this up more than we already have. So after 3 days of her being emotionally abused, and this is what this is for a woman who committed no crime in a because you got to go through processing. That's not pleasant. Taking off your clothes and making sure you don't have nothing on you, putting on a jumpsuit, that truly is not a pleasant experience. And then being put in a jail cell where there are male prisoners that can see you and is probably saying things to you that is very disturbing. You're not going to want to sleep in this place if you can sleep, because they don't give you blankets. They don't give you anything. It's cold in here. So I hoped that they all pay. Everyone that knew, they realized they did not have the right person. Even though you spoke up a little bit, you all should pay for your mistake. All of you. Now I'm done. Bye.